And my last little bit on the little disc tour today. This is where I used to live, 55 Victoria Road. That's where I grew up. And I later bought her from Mum, so she went to Africa. And my dad had put an extension on it so his mother could come and stay with us, so we had 4 bedrooms. And like I say, my Christian calling was to run a hostel for homeless young men. So my mum went off to Africa to help street children and orphans over there, and I bought the house here. And this used to be a post office. This was Lloyd Long. This used to be the gossip centre right opposite, and they used to call us the Crooked House. And my neighbours were all up in uproar that I was running a hostel here. And Gavin, just round the corner, he came and stayed with me, Gavin Wilson, or Gavin Cooley. Mick Cooley kind of beat and abused him. So he came and stayed. So Mick Cooley round the corner, his knives were out in my back with monster lies. Dale Oakley, Brian Goodman, of all people who sold me out, was the real Judas in the pack. But we, all my neighbours along here were up in arms. I was running a hostel down here. And plus I was driving for Simon's Coaches, so I'd go over Dickleborough and we had to use Romar Homes cafeteria. Oh, there we go, mate. And so they'd give me a bus and I'd go in and pick up all the youths from Dickleborough. That's where I was doing a milk round too. And Dickleborough at the time had the highest crime rate in any village in Norfolk. So we'd bring them in and get them out of drugs and crime and violence and alcohol abuse and all the rest. And that was really good. And I mean, Simon's Coach was really good. Just let me have a coach to go and pick them up. We used to roar off to the coast, go down Lowestoft and all that. I mean, health and safety, you just couldn't do those kind of things today. But that's what the kids needed, you know. They needed someone to give them a bit of direction. I mean, there used to be a nasty little piece of work up out at Phoenix Garage. He used to have all the lads nicking for him car stereos and car parts. He used to buy under the counter at Phoenix Garage. Yeah, I went and confronted him, got banned there. Well, we had the Bluebird down there. That was a self-contained community down here. We called it the 5 Bridges. You know, whichever road you go out from here, you go over or under a bridge. So we called it the 5 Bridges area. And like I say, two-faced liars, backstabbers and this, you know, I'd expect them to always be running their mouths trying to set you up. But when it was your neighbours who'd watch you grow up, and just up there was the baker's shop, which was Richard Hayden. He was Inspector Hayden's son, you know, spying on us. You had Baxter Elliott and co, Watkinson, Lloyd Longstow, and more crap than disc sewage work, and that was all being parcelled up, delivered round disc. And then we had Perry Green. He was squatting in an empty house here. He later stabbed Paul Chambers in disc, but he was squatting in an empty house. He was stalking my ex-partner, and he was leaving notes on people's cars, accusing me of everything, putting notes through people's doors. So this was, you know, the big community where all the monster lies rolled out from, you know. And I say 55 Victoria Road, no one was ever abused at 55 Victoria Road. And that was my Christian calling to run a hostel. That was an open house. Other youths used to come around. And I mean, you know, I had a chip pan on. Several youths come around to see Gavin, Dale and Brian. And
excuse me, can you give me directions to the town centre?
Just carry straight on up the road, mate. Yeah. It's about a mile, just over a mile straight up there.
Pardon?
Give us a smile for the camera. That's just up there, mate, about a mile. No problem. So some news come around. This young girl, she was crying her eyes out. She's only 15, and she'd just lost the woman who was like a mother to her. She stayed with her every weekend, and she had been multiply stabbed to death at Banham, which is about 6 miles from Diss. And she was part of the Banham Christian Fellowship. And I knew the guy who had done it, because when I used to pick up the Padley's workers for Simon's Coaches, he used to sit behind me. and she'd finished with him, jilted him, and he was even saying on the bus, you know, I'm going to stab the bitch and all this sort of stuff, but everyone just thought he's just running his mouth, you know, he'd never go and do it, but he did. He went over there because she'd jilted him and multiply stabbed her to death and then shot himself. Well, anyhow, this young girl comes around crying her eyes out because she also thought she was pregnant by a youth down in school called Rob Hammond. She was only 15, he was 17, who she now detested, and so it's like a double whammy for her. She thought she was pregnant, and she just lost a woman who was like a mother to her, so it's a bit of a tough place to be in. And she said something really profound to me too. She said, Johnny, well, she didn't say Johnny, she didn't know who I was, but she just said, after this, she said, nothing will ever surprise me again. And I think when you have a wake-up call like that, something out of the blue, something unexpected when you least expect it, you know, someone you love is just taking a big hit, and there ain't going to be much going to surprise you after that. But for a 15-year-old girl to say that, anyway, my partner told her where she could get, she was big up in social services, Norfolk and Suffolk, Essex deputy manager and secure unit, so told her where she could get counselling and support. And you know, we never saw her again. But among these several youths, and I'm not saying that as Edmonds who run his mouth, but he worked in this post office, just giving you an example here. He was talking to Gavin Edmonds, who now does the chip carts, lives over Dickleborough and it. But within a week, 2 weeks, that's all around this, people were saying that I'd got an underage girl pregnant. And yeah, there was no truth to this, and I was working down at Kingfisher's Dairy, so all of this was now all going around this. Some said I'd raped an underage girl, and this was all on the back of all the false allegations, you know, about me going to Africa from this Christian Community Church and the post office, council and the police. And then no one could obviously turn her up because there weren't anyone to turn up. You know, the story had just been completely twisted out of all context, and you know, been posted and delivered all around this by the posters. So, and then people said, oh, I'd buried her on the common where I'd just been over the common, or I was doing groundworks and patios over Halston for the Chinese fraternal over there, landscaping, and so people said I'd buried her under groundworks to cover up the crime. And then you had the fishing club members down at Kingfisher's Dairy saying that I disappeared her into the mere. But 55 Victoria Road, so at the same time I was running the hostel here, there was another guy who, Fred West, Rosemary Rest, were running, had young people going round. You know, and there was bodies under the floor and bricked into the walls and buried in the garden. Well, 55 Victoria Road was now 25 Cromwell Street. But you know, the big monster lies seemed spread around the town, and but that was it. As I say, this was the community, and in the end, the shame was to say I lost my job. Simon's coaches no longer phoned up. I lost my job doing the milk round, and I used to get a lot of gardening work come in. The phone stopped ringing for gardening because obviously they didn't want some mad psycho coming around there with an axe, which was again not true. So I had a really good gardening business, done a lot of garden maintenance. People phoned up saying they no longer required my services. And you know, other jobs, landscaping, turf and groundworks, didn't come in because the monster lies just spread everywhere. And so that was it. So then I had to sell my house before it got repossessed. You know, Christmas Eve, and we were homeless. All because the monster black lies. So, but you can lose more in your home and your business. You know, monster black lies can get you killed. And I mean, Inspector Bunnan, Inspector Hayden doing a big number on me, Mr. Fixer. And I couldn't, you know, I did say I couldn't clear my name. I never had £21,000 to clear my name. And so, as I say, we £5.40, we got 2 tins of aerosol, 18 black Zeds in this, 666 for the big Freemason fraternal monster serial killer frame in disc to push it out into the public domain. And I say, like the rest is history. I was arrested for criminal damage, which we didn't mind. We'd even go around and clear the seds off if need be. We were just pushing out this big hate campaign. Death threats and wheel nuts coming, wheels coming off vehicles, brake pipes cut. So, go to this police station under arrest, take the folder with all the death threats in, full of monster, paedophile, rapist, serial killer lies. And no interview ever takes place. Mr. Fix-It for discounsel. The arm disappeared to maximum security. Solitary confinement, forced drugged. And the evidence has also disappeared. So that was the big number from the police and from the council. Anyhow, God bless. Little tour of this. The sun is going down. And the sun is going down on a big disc frame, because it's out there for the world to see. And I say, make of it what you will, but it's a very unique story. 20 odd years in the making. Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham. Everything mixed into the black fix. So yeah, that is a classic masterpiece. And the powers to be, as I say, they have tried to shut me down, close my Facebook account down. Certainly don't like freedom of speech, or certainly don't like their big monster frame being exposed for the world to see. But there you go. Anyhow, God bless, take care, keep sweet, and we'll speak again soon. Bye.